Now, in the 12th paragraph, the writer says that in spite of having travelled all over the world, Khan Sahib, as he is fondly called, is exceedingly fond of Banaras and Dumrao, and they remain for him the most wonderful towns of the world. So it is with everyone. We are very much attached to our birthplace. So in the same manner, Khan Sahib, that is Bismillah Khan, was very much attached to his birthplace, that is Dumrao, and he was very fond of Banaras. He liked to play his Shehnai on the banks of river Ganga. So these two places were very dear to him. So though he traveled, so the writer says that though he traveled all over the world, but he was very fond of these two places and he always longed to return back to these places. He did not like any other place, though it was a country outside India or any other place, but he always wanted to come back to his hometown or and Banaras, where he used to play Shehnai. So in this paragraph, the narrator says about this that though he had received much respect and recognition, but he remained rooted to Banaras, where he learned music, and Dumrao, where he was born and brought up, where were the two most wonderful towns of the world for him. He was so down to earth that although he had travelled all over the world, still he was attached to his birthplace. Then further, the narrator says that a student of his once wanted him to head a Shehnai school in the USA, and the student promised to recreate the atmosphere of Banaras by replicating the temples there. But Khan Sahib asked him if he would be able to transport river Ganga as well. So this is a very humorous note. So in these lines, the narrator is again citing an incident where his student wanted him to come to head the school or to become to run a school, Shehnai school in USA. He also promised, in order to attract, or in order to invite, or in order to call Bismillah Khan to America, he promised that he would recreate the temple of Banaras in America for Ustad Ji, as he knew that he was very fond of the temples and he would miss it. But now Ustad Bismillah Khan was attached to river Ganga also. So he asked his student that would he transport the river Ganga also to America. So he wanted to say that he would not leave India. He was attached not only to the temples of Banaras, but also to the holy river Ganga, which cannot be transported. You cannot transport a river anywhere else. It would remain there where it is. Then further, in the other lines, the writer says, later he is remembered to have said, that is why whenever I am in a foreign country, I keep yearning. Yearning means longing to see Hindustan. While in Mumbai, I think of only Banaras and the holy Ganga. And while in Banaras, I miss the unique mutt of Dumrao. So in these lines, the writer wants to say that whenever he visited any foreign country, he always longed, or he always looked forward to reach India as soon as possible. And he says that when he was in India, in Mumbai, he always wanted to visit Banaras and the Ganga river. And when he was in Banaras, he missed his birthplace Dumrao and Mutt, where he sang Chaita and was rewarded with the laddu of 1.25 kg weight by the Maharaja. Then in the last paragraph, the narrator says that Ustad Bismillah Khan's life is a perfect example of the rich cultural heritage of India. One that effortlessly accepts that a devout Muslim like him can very naturally play the Shehnai every morning at the Kashi Vishwanath temple. Devote here means believing strongly in a religion and obeying its laws. Devotee. In other words, it is devotee. So here the writer wants to say that Ustad Bismillah Khan was a perfect example of the rich cultural heritage of India, and his work was beyond the religion barriers. Though he was a Muslim, but still he Every morning he would play the Shehnai at the Kashi Vishwanath temple, which was a Hindu temple. This shows that he did not have any barriers of religion. He did not follow any barriers of religion. He had no barriers in his mind. He was a true Indian. He considered music to be the richest cultural heritage of India. Then the last paragraph tells about the last life of Ustad Bismillah Khan. He lived till the age of 90. Ustad Bismillah Khan passed away on 21st August 2006 at the age of 90 after a prolonged illness. After a long illness, then Bismillah Khan's life came to an end on 21st August 2006. And after his death, he was given a state funeral. And the government of India declared one day of national mourning on the death of this maestro. So, thank you. I hope everybody has understood this chapter. If you have any kind of a doubt, you can call me. So, now goodbye.